Okay, so as I get closer, immediately one of them comes forward, right, right where I'm facing. So immediately, as soon as I start walking up, all the electrical signatures consolidate to the one that wants to express himself and say hello. So, as I get closer, I immediately see beyond all these contours to see one that has pupils, an expression, dip, upper lip, and bottom lip. Literally expressing himself to me. Now, when I look and his antennas are going off, that's like his cap, his hair. So, whenever I mentioned that, those started going off. I should have had it up when I said it, because then you can see that this being is literally communicating with me through its self-expression within this 3D space. If you look again to the left, so it is a connected conscious community that also carousels off of itself. If I were to step this way immediately over, the signature is going to change to the next one that's next to it. So if I zoom out, you step back so you can see him. 2 pupils, a nose, lips, bottom lip. See that? And he's coming right off the one that's next to him. So this is what they're saying about the whole Holly thing. When the doodles come out of the highest peak and saturate the earth to make everybody realize what this place really is, there's 2 more, 2 pupils, nose, mouth open. Usually he has a different kind of expression, but right now he's kind of like got the mouth open wide, like kind of almost, is this interesting? These expressive entities that decide to take over what we would presume to be inanimate objects. Here's another one. It's kind of like, see, when I'm moving, you can see them. But when I stop, the camera just kind of filters them out. Here's another one. So they're all together. But then when I step back, it's a whole one. So it's a conscious community. See what I mean? They just started moving because I'm talking about them. And if I get close to the ones that have the loose leaves, they start doing that kind of stuff. So it's very interesting. You'll literally just see them everywhere. And they start moving around, kind of like the burning bush does. So whenever we see wind, what is wind? Wind is electromagnetics. Wind is the reason why telekinesis appears to be possible. These objects that appear to be levitating and moving around are using what we call wind, which is actually life force energy, and it actually makes these beings move. See, here's another one. See his symmetrical lips? It's all, you gotta look for symmetry. So whenever I get near him, he'll start to get excited, usually. Unless he doesn't want to be on camera, of course. It's okay. Hey. Hi. 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 See that? Hi. Hi. Hello. Hello. See, he got really excited when I got near him. So that is what they've been calling telekinesis. Here's another one right here. 2 eyes, weak lips. So this whole thing is full of them, and they're moving using life force energy to make themselves expressive. They're all moving individually in their own direction, even though we believe that wind will move in one direction. But unfortunately, that's not the case here. They're all doing their own thing. Wow, look at him, man. He's such an expressive, beautiful, man. Beautiful creatures that we need to have more respect for. So much more respect that we need to have for these beings. That we have, we need to have more than we do have. See what I'm saying? They're all just kind of like, oh, he's coming out sideways. Oh. So they come out of all of these things, just like the bag. Here's a big one up here. Oh my gosh, you're a big guy. Now what the signature is showing me, the 2 eyes and the big nose and the face, and then that's his hair. So what the signature shows me is where to look among all the contours. The contours are just nothing without the electrical signature, which is the reason why you see plastic wrap hot dogs. Plastic, see, they're getting like, oh, hey, what's up, Daniel? Hey. See, wind is going one direction. So why would they do that? See what I'm saying? They like it when I do that too. When you do that, they like to do that with you. So I kind of like to have a fun time with them. And when you notice that what we call chi energy, and we do this, it makes them move, it's really because we're communicating with the way that they express themselves. The same way that they do, we're doing it too, and they like it. They really get really excited. See? I'm getting close to them. They're all my friends. They're all like, yo, man, he's explaining it, you know what I'm saying? So in a full-on fourth dimensional space, right now we're in a 3D space, but in a full-on fourth dimensional space, these beings are extremely much more expressive than we see on the surface. So there's a great amount of gratitude, a great amount of learning. There's a great amount of gratitude that you can have by acknowledging this, because then you don't have to be clueless in the dark and, oh, you say hug a tree. Why do they say that? You know what I mean? Like, you don't have to be that person. You can be like, hey, I know, you know, that they're conscious and that, you know, this guy right here. It's pretty straightforward. It's not really like hard to see him. You're really just looking for symmetry, really. But, you know, overall, it's a beautiful thing. It's a beautiful life. It's a beautiful world that has been completely ruined on so many levels. You see this dude, he's looking this way. His face is actually more pronounced if you're standing from that way. A lot of them, the face breaks up. And if you focus from that direction, you'll find a face facing another direction. It's very interesting. Well, anyways, that is all for today. That is how we communicate with doodles in a fourth dimensional space. Watch for the expressions, watch for the details, watch the movements amongst the life force energy that we've been told was wind. It's actually life force energy. When you become one with it, it moves through you and it allows you to move other things. See, he's like turning this way. He or she, I can't just say he or he. But what we thought was wind is going that way right now. And this being just did this. See what I mean? He said, oh yeah. Oh. And then within that, I can see the dimensional faces. It's very. See, they like it when you give them attention. They love it. This one right here is one I talk to frequently. He's really a really good guy. You notice that the ones immediately above are not moving. See, the wind would be more higher up. But this guy right here, he's moving independently. Now that I mentioned them, they start moving. See? These guys are moving independently on their own, but also using this life force energy to project what we believe to be wind. And as we are taught to believe what wind is, we've been taught everything else with a straight face and the most unbelievable, undeniable, dogmatic, plausible deniability that you could ever ask for. And that is, on its face, the basis and the foundation of their deceptions. If you think that you're seeing something, if you haven't been shocked yet, you haven't seen anything. Because this, what I showed you today, and what I'm talking about today with this Holly connection and all that, is profound, shocking information. So if you're watching information and it doesn't blow your mind, then that information is their information. It is the cap to your enlightenment, the cutoff point before they say, all right, enough's enough now. You need the sun gaze for 30 minutes. That is an example of what I'm saying. That's an example of waiting for Jesus Christ to come save you. That's an example right there. A big mass majority of people believe that a dude that is of the sun is going to come and save everybody. And that is the story that adheres to our responsibility. And that's why they wanted you to eat the flesh and drink the blood, is because they also dually create the sacrifice so you can fit the example of this responsibility, so you can also be sacrificed like sheep in the lamb that this sun idol Christ character holds, which is an insult to you. They tell you, man, you are sheep. They told you that right to your face. And all of this history that spans across what appears to be periods of time that we believe to be real history is a modern day joke in the face of a conglomerate of people who've created an illusion of history, creating modern day jokes in the oldest history, the most ancient known to man, and it makes it obvious when you hear the word ancient, you say ain't shit. You see that? That is modern day. So the idea that we have been recycled, and the idea that you have deja vu, and that to show for the fact that you could be in recycling and be a new slave generation after generation, which would be only good for one thing, is if they were using you for a food source. Because if they were using you as a slave, they would just build the technology and let it just keep on going. They want you as a slave, and they want to eat you too. Why is this? That sounds crazy. Why? Is because it is the order of a fallen angel. The fallen angels enslaved the people, took everything they had from them, which is a good example. Federal Reserve notes, loaned out to you dollar for dollar plus interest to take everything that you have. It is a fallen angel trick. This voting stuff, vote them, dog Latin, dogmatic culture, fallen angel shit. So that's the thing, is that people don't really understand the system that you're in is all freaking goddamn satanic. It's a motherfucker. It is all the way to the eyeballs, to the rooter, fucking more, the most satanic you can imagine. Check this out. I'm painting a weed car that looks like a bag of weed. Isn't that amazing? I'm doing this with spray paint, and I'm gonna finish it up today while I'm out here. But yeah, I did want to just tell you about the doodles, and I kind of got off the topic there, but this is all good information. You know, I'm on a roll here, but it's all good information, and it all needs to be said, and it's going to help you on your journey as well as helping me on mine. So I'm going to get to work here, and I appreciate it. I'll probably show you guys some pictures of this once it's all done. But excuse me. Thank you for watching Grim Nasty TV, and as always, when you get awake, oh yeah, there's doodles in this thing too, in the artwork. It's like there's just no way to get around them. There's just no way. Like, you exist, and you create doodles as the maker works through you, even though you exercise your free will. It feels like she's controlling you, but you really have to understand and realize we're dealing with a being that is Alpha and Omega, who can see everything before we're even conceived, and knows exactly what we like, which is the reason why when she says indulge your fantasy, will give you everything that you fantasize about beforehand, already created in a cool world. Absolutely astonishing. Doesn't mean that we're being controlled, guys. People have to understand, you gotta stop listening to liars. That's the first thing, is people need to stop listening to liars, man. Your maker loves the shit out of you. All right, until then, over and out. And when you get awake, stay awake.